What's up, guys? JunkGuysdfw.net. Good morning. Today I'm on a train and I'm actually going from Fort Worth to Dallas to the headquarters, Junk Guys headquarters. Today I wanted to talk about having multiple websites for your business. Does it help or does it not? Okay, so let's get into that right now. How I set up my business about 10 years ago has given me the business that I have today. Okay, so 10 years ago I didn't really know exactly what I was doing, so I just built a lot of websites. So I built one for like the city of Bedford, one for the city of Euless, one for the city of Keller, one for the city of Southlake, one for Fort Worth, one for Frisco, one for Plano. I built all of these websites not knowing if they'd ever work. I was just honestly trying to rank these websites. As time went on and these websites sat out there in the Google world, these websites eventually did start ranking. Now, some of them are still dormant, but most of them do rank. So out of all the websites that I have about 20 to 22 websites, and some of them I haven't touched in years, and some of them I dabble every once in a while. Actually, this morning I was updating my Frisco website. Now, eventually I will, in the links below, show all the websites that I own. But for this video, for the sake of this video, I'm just going to talk about why it does help to have multiple websites. Okay, well, of course, if someone is searching you and they type in, you know, let's just say California, okay, because I don't know nothing about California, but let's say you build a website for Sacramento junk removal, trash hauling, I don't know what you want to call it, and somebody is actually in Sacramento and they Google trash hauling, there's a good chance your website will come up. And the reason is because primarily you built this website for Sacramento, and just for Sacramento, and you mentioned the words trash hauling, junk removal, debris pickup. The keywords that are going to be used in every website make a big difference on how your website's going to rank. Of course, if you designate one website for a specific use, for instance, that specific use of the city and the service that you're offering. One of my most popular searches on Google is hot tub removal. So if you just type in hot tub removal Dallas or hot tub removal Frisco or hot tub removal Fort Worth, the chances are you're going to get me, especially in the videos, and a lot of people these days have been leaning towards video, and I'll talk to you about that later on. But for right now, I just want to be specific and mention, does it really help to have multiple websites? Well, of course it does. Of course it does, especially if you're using the key words and key sections of your website to mention that city and that service you offer. For instance, I offer trampoline removal. Not a lot of people, if you look at your website right now, if you're looking at this video, look at your website. Do you actually offer trampoline removal? Are you offering shed removal? Or you're just offering junk removal? Because that's a big deal. If you're just offering junk removal, then congratulations, you and about thousands of other junk removal companies are offering that. Go to Junk King and go to 1-800-JUNK and see if they're using trampoline removal as a keyword in the website, and see if they even mention the city. See, when I build my websites, I build them for a primary city and a primary service. So I attack that city and then I attack the services for that city. So having those multiple websites for multiple cities does of course help a lot, and that makes a big difference if your phone's going to ring or not. Okay. This morning I was working on the Google My Business account for Frisco Junk Removal and Junk Removal Frisco. They are two separate websites. I have got two separate websites for each one of them, and concentrating on a website once a month is okay, because what I noticed today is that my Frisco Junk Removal website is not really up to date, so I'm probably going to get on it tonight and add a lot of videos to it and just update it to make it specifically better for that city. See, when you have multiple websites, you have to eventually go to each one of these websites and start updating them also. And if you don't have the time for that, then maybe multiple websites and maybe your phone not ringing isn't a good thing. You understand? For you. For me, I love it when my phone rings because I always have business, and that's how it works for me. My most popular website is probably my Frisco, my Dallas. My Dallas is #1, and then my Fort Worth website. those websites are always kicking for me. They always bring me business, and of course I stay busy because of those websites. Every once in a while I'll get somebody in Irving and they say, yeah, I saw your Irving junk removal website, and I'm going, what are you talking about? I don't have an Irving junk removal website. And then I look up and sure enough, I have an Irving junk removal website. It's weird because I built these websites years ago and I totally forgot that I even have them, but they're out there in the World Wide Web. So having these multiple websites for multiple cities, for multiple services does help. But if you're going to build them right. Make them specifically for that city, only about that city, you know, and mention things about the city. Be sure to put a map of the city, you know, just mention the small things of that city. Look up history about the city and put, you know, things like that. That way people know that you're from that city. All right, anyway guys, I hope this video helps y'all out. Again, this is training tips because I'm on a train. These little tips have helped me in long ways in the years in this journey of junk removal, and you know, that's why I stay so busy, and you can too. Just follow the steps that I give you in these training tips. All right guys, talk to y'all later. Don't forget guys, if you like my videos, check them out. Tell your friends about them, you know, over there on the right, subscribe, and on the left side check out my other videos. Bye bye.